My Favorite World Religion by Nathan Verzani. The reason I chose Buddhism. I chose Buddhism as my favorite religion because of its teachings on aspects of self and views associated with human existence. The way Buddhists live their lives with the utmost respect for everything else and are passive by nature is intriguing. On top of that, it has a pretty great origin story. According to History.com, the original teachings of the Buddha were known as Dharma and taught the important virtues of wisdom, kindness, patience, generosity, and compassion. Buddhism. The founder of Buddhism was Siddhartha Gautama from a clan of northern India. Though he spent his life searching for knowledge and enlightenment, what he ended up with was something much greater than himself. After achieving enlightenment, also known as his awakening, he was known as Buddha, which means enlightened. He spent the rest of his life teaching others. It was not until hundreds of years after his death, around 400 BCE, that his teachings, the Buddha's Dharma, which consisted of the Sutra Pitaka and the Vinaya Pitaka, were recorded or written down. The spread of Buddhism. Due to the passive behavior of Buddhists, its spread through Asia is often described as practical or pragmatic. Buddhism was founded in India. While it originated along the path that Buddha traveled, it was also spread by monks sent by King Ashoka to other countries. Because of this spread through many Asian nations, Buddhism became redefined and regionally distinct. Today, Buddhism is primarily practiced in Asia. It has gained international recognition and followership, with around 480 million worldwide. Buddhist beliefs. Common Buddhist beliefs are those of the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path, as seen below. The Four Noble Truths explain why humans hurt and how to overcome suffering. The Noble Eightfold Path is a guide to achieving and overcoming the Four Noble Truths. Other ideals that Buddhists embrace are the concepts of karma and reincarnation. All Buddhists live by the teachings of the Dharma, which specifically prohibits killing living things, taking what is not given, sexual misconduct, lying, and using drugs or alcohol. Those who are ready to tackle the Noble Eightfold Path live as monks or nuns and forego their past lives. Buddhism and other world religions. Because Buddhists strive to follow the Noble Eightfold Path, assisting local communities comes naturally to them. Because Buddhism does not directly denounce or oppose other religions, Buddhist teachings have been valuable to followers of other world religions while still maintaining their faith. One example of this is the Sri Lankan people, who are primarily Buddhists, have been granted $15 million by India, a predominantly Hindu nation, for promoting Buddhist ties. Ending suffering through enlightenment and education. Buddhist teachers often say that the most effective way we can help protect the world is by purifying our own minds, or that before we engage in compassionate action, we must attain realization in selflessness or emptiness. One major issue that Buddhists are addressing is world hunger. One organization called Buddhist Global Relief has the goal of relieving chronic hunger and malnutrition worldwide. They do this by collaborating with organizations to provide food, relief in the form of educating and assisting long-term methods for sustainable food production and distribution in the developing world and the United States. According to Bhikkhu Bodhi, the president of the Buddhist Association of the United States, the special challenge facing Buddhism in our age is to stand up as an advocate for justice in the world, a voice of conscience for those victims of social, economic, and political injustice who cannot stand up and speak for themselves. The spread of Buddhism. While the goal of Buddhists is not to convert or actively spread Buddhism, this is most certainly a byproduct of striving to help those struggling in a world of suffering. Over the last century, Buddhism has been progressively moving into the West. As of 2013, there are 7 million Buddhists located outside of Asia. Westerners' busy and materialistic lifestyle has created a need for peace and tranquility that is found by many Buddhists. In summary, the founder of Buddhism is known as Buddha, and gained this title through achievement of enlightenment. The spread of Buddhism was hindered by the passive nature of Buddhists and the drastic nature in which other religions in the region spread. Buddhists believe in transcendence through the Four Noble Truths. By following the Noble Eightfold Path, Buddhism generally does not impose itself, which historically supports the ability to coexist with other religions. One of the many ways that Buddhism supports people in the United States and throughout the world is by educating, providing assistance, and being a voice for those struggling in a world of suffering. Finally, Buddhism is a growing religion, but not at the rate it could if an active approach was taken. In closing, I chose Buddhism as my favorite religion because of its teachings on aspects of self and views associated with human existence. The way Buddhists live their lives with the utmost respect for everything else and are passive by nature is intriguing. On top of that, it has a pretty great origin story. According to History.com, the original teachings of the Buddha were known as Dharma and taught the important virtues of wisdom, kindness, patience, generosity, and compassion. Once again, the reason why I chose this religion as my favorite is not because it is my current belief system, but rather an inspiration that can be gained from its research. On top of the inspirational origin story, the teachings about self and studying the way that Buddhists live their lives can be inspirational no matter what spiritual beliefs one might hold for themselves.